ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। We are reading from the book Perfect Questions and Perfect Answers, which is a conversation between His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada and Bob Cohen. We are in chapter number 5. Becoming Pure. February 29, 1972. Bob, thank you so much for allowing me to ask my questions. Srila Prabhupada, that is my mission. People should understand the science of God. Unless we cooperate with the Supreme Lord, our life is baffled. I have given the example many times that a screw which has fallen from a machine has no value. But when the same screw is again attached to the machine, it has value. Similarly, we are part and parcel of God. So without God, what is our value? No value. We should again come back to our position of attachment to God. Then we have value. So unless we cooperate with the Supreme Lord, our life is baffled, becomes useless, it becomes meaningless if we don't cooperate with the Supreme Lord. Krishna says this in the Bhagavad Gita, Moghasha, Mogha Karmana, Mogha Jnana Vichetasaha. Such devotees who do not recognize the Supreme Lord, such devotees, their Mogha Asha, their desires are baffled. Mogha Karmana, they are baffled in all their activities. And Mogha Jnana, their endeavors in gaining knowledge are also baffled. Just like why this happens? Because sometimes a screw which has fallen from a machine has no value. So we are like the screw, those who do not recognize the Supreme Lord as our eternal Father, as the Supreme Controller. So they are like the screw which are separated from the machine. So unless the screw is again put back in its position in the machine, it has no value. Similarly, unless we recognize our position as the eternal servant of Krishna, we have no value. All our efforts to gain knowledge, all our efforts to do different activities, all our efforts, all our desires will be baffled. Bob, I met a fellow today who came in the afternoon. His reason for coming, you may find it humorous, was that he heard the hippies were in Mayapur. So one person came in the afternoon and his reason for coming to the temple in Mayapur was that he heard that there were some hippies in Mayapur. Prabhupada, what? Bob, he heard that hippies were in Mayapur. I was talking to him and then some devotees were talking to him. He had said some things to me which I could find no answer for. And he said he would come back tomorrow and meet some devotees. But let me tell you what he said. This is confusing. When he was young, Prabhupada, he's Indian? Bob, Yes, Indian. He lives nearby and speaks English fairly well. When he was young, he worshipped Kali, a popular demigoddess, every day, very rigorously, and then the floods came. When the floods came, the people saw hardship, and now he has no religion. And he says he finds his happiness in trying to develop love among people. And I couldn't think of what to say to him to add God and religion to his life. He says that after he dies, maybe I'll become part of God, maybe not, but he can't worry about it now. He says he has tried these religious experiences, but they didn't work. One reason I ask this is because when I go back to America, a lot of people I come across are like this. They see that religion, like his worship of Kali or other kinds of religion they have experienced doesn't work. And I don't know what to say to them to convince them it's worth trying. The Prabhupada. Do not try at the present moment. You try to be convinced yourself. Bob, yes. I asked him to see devotees, but then on the way out, as he was leaving down the road, I met him again and told him, "Come back." But oh, I see, the Prabhupada. You first of all be convinced, and then try to convince others. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is that you can improve the welfare of others when your own life is a success. Bharata bhumite haila manushya janma jara janma sarthaka kari kara para upakara. First make your life perfect, then try to teach others. This is what even we have been seeing in the community of devotees. First of all, we are not perfect, or we are not up to the mark, right, up to the expectation of our acharya, and we try to find out fault in others, we try to correct others. So Prabhupada here says, because Bob tried to preach the other person, right? So Bob says, don't try to understand his position and don't try to understand his question and how to answer him. You first convince yourself about this philosophy. So first, as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Janma sarthaka kari. First make your life perfect, and then kara paraupakara. Then do welfare activities to others. Then preach to others. Bob, the devotees have told me that without consciousness of Krishna all the time, you cannot be happy. But at times I feel happy. Srila Prabhupada, at times, not always. Bob, yes, Srila Prabhupada. But if you become Krishna conscious, you will feel happy always. Bob, they had implied that you cannot feel happy without Krishna consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, that is a fact. For example, if you are an animal of the land and you are thrown into the water, you cannot be happy in water in any condition. When you are again taken up the land, taken up on the land, then you will be happy. Similarly, we are part and parcel of Krishna. We cannot be happy without being part and parcel of Krishna. The same example, the machine part, without the machine has no value. But when it is again put into the machine, it has value. We are part of Krishna. We must join Krishna. And you can join Krishna immediately by your consciousness. Simply by thinking, I am Krishna's. Krishna is mine. That's all. Bob, what is that? Krishna is Srila Prabhupada. Krishna is mine. Bob, mine? Srila Prabhupada, yes, mine, my Krishna. Bob, aha. Srila Prabhupada, Krishna is mine. Krishna is mine. Bob, yes. Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. And I am Krishna's. That is our actual position. Bob, we are part of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Everything is part and parcel of Krishna because everything is generated by the energy of Krishna. and everything is the energy of Krishna. An Indian gentleman, Srila Prabhupada, I have one question. What is the status of service minus devotion? Srila Prabhupada, hmm? That is not service, that is business. Everyone laughs. For example, here in Mayapur, we have employed a contractor. That is not service, that is business. Is it not? Sometimes they will advertise our customers are our masters. Is it not? But in spite of the flowery language, our customers are in spite of the flowery language, our customers are our masters. This is business because nobody is a qualified customer unless he pays. But service is not like that. Service. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu prays to Krishna. Yatha tatha va vidadhatu lampato mat prananathastu sa eva naparaha. You do whatever you like, but still you are my worshipable Lord. That is service. I don't ask any return from you. That is service. When you expect some return, that is business. Bob, I wish to ask you to advise me on how I can come to feel closer to God. I'll be leaving you soon, and I am. Srila Prabhupada, you have to be purified. Bob, I come to the temple at times and then I leave, and I'm not sure how much I take with me. Srila Prabhupada, it does not take much time. Within 6 months, you will realize your progress. But you have to follow the regulative principles. Then it will be all right. Just like these boys and girls are doing. Bob, yes, I see. Srila Prabhupada, they have no tendency for going to the cinema or going to a hotel. No, they have stopped all anarthas, all unnecessary things. Bob, I feel that when I go back, they will, Srila Prabhupada, the whole human life is meant for purification. Bob, yes, Srila Prabhupada. Tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhet yasmad brahma saukhyam tvanantam. This is told by Rishabhadeva in Srimad Bhagavatam 5th canto. Sattva means existence. So if you don't purify your existence, then you will have to change your body from this body to that. Sometimes it may be higher, sometimes lower. For example, if you don't cure a disease, it can put you into trouble in so many ways. Similarly, if you don't purify your existence, then you will have to transmigrate from one body to another. There are very subtle laws of nature. Now, there is no guarantee that you will get a very comfortable body or an American body. Therefore, it is essential for the human being to purify his existence. Unless you purify your existence, you will hanker after happiness but will not always be happy. Shuddhet. Brahma Saukhyam Tvanantam. So, the human form of life is meant for Tapo Divyam. Sattvam Shuddhet, for purification by tapasya. Yasmad Brahma Saukhyam tu Anantam. So those who purify themselves, only they can enjoy the unlimited happiness. Anantam Brahma Saukhyam. Bob. When I go to my job in New York, I hope I will become pure. But I am sure that I won't become as pure as your devotees here. I don't see myself doing that, Prabhupada. You can do as they are doing, as they are doing. They were not pure in the beginning, now they are pure. Similarly, you can become pure. For example, in your childhood, you were not educated, but now you are educated. Bob. So, what are the things that I may do when I go back? I must, Prabhupada. When do you go back? Bob, I'll be going back to Chaibasa to do my work there. And Srila Prabhupada, what is there in Chaibasa? Bob, that is where I do my teaching. I live there. Srila Prabhupada. So better not to teach because you do not know what to teach. Bob laughs. I'll be going. I don't like this teaching so much. And I will be returning to America in May. But while I am there, while I am here, this is my agreement for staying in India. Srila Prabhupada. If you are serious, you can keep yourself pure anywhere. It doesn't matter whether you stay in America or in India. But you must know how to keep yourself purified. That's all. Bob, you mean by following these principles? Srila Prabhupada. Yes. I went to America, for instance, but either in America or in India, I'm the same man. Bob. I have somewhat tried to follow since I met you the first time. A brief visit to Kolkata in November 1971. Prabhupada. But follow, you must strictly follow if you are serious. Bob. Maybe, okay, maybe. What I say now is, well, the most foolish all I have said. But let me tell you how I feel, Srila Prabhupada. No, no, not foolish. I don't say foolish, but imperfect, Bob. Okay, imperfect. But let me tell you, I feel that right now I admire and respect your devotees, but I don't feel as if I am part of them, or even that I have a great desire to be part of them. I feel that I want to do what is right, come closer to God, and if I just go to a better life next time, I would be satisfied. Your Prabhupada. Very good. Bob, I guess it's material clinging, but the Prabhupada. So you just follow in their footsteps and your desire will be fulfilled. We are training them how to become purified and happy. That is our mission. We want to see everyone happy. Sarve sukhino bhavantu. People do not know how to become happy. They do not take the standard path to become happy. They manufacture their own way. That is the difficulty. Therefore, Rishabhadeva gave this advice to his sons. My dear sons, just undergo austerity. Tapasa brahmacharyena shamena damena cha. Or for transcendental my dear boys, just undergo austerity for transcendental realization. Everyone is performing austerity. This boy, I know, he had to go to a foreign country to learn commercial management. Now he is well situated. In this way, everyone must undergo some austerity for future life. So why not take that austerity for permanent happiness? You have to purify your existence and your body. As many times as you accept a material body, you will have to change it. But as soon as you get a spiritual body, there is no question of change. You already have a spiritual body. Now, due to our material contamination, we are developing the material body. But if we associate with spiritual life, then we shall develop a spiritual body. The same example I have several times given is that if you put an iron rod within fire, it will become like fire. Is it not, Bob? Put the iron rod into fire. Yes, and it will become like fire. It will become like fire. Yes. Prabhupada. Although iron, Bob, yes. Srila Prabhupada. Similarly, if you always keep yourself spiritually engaged, your body will act spiritually, although it is material. The same example, when an iron rod is red hot, touch it anywhere and it will burn. It takes on the quality of fire. Similarly, if you always keep yourselves in Krishna consciousness, then you will become spiritualized. You will act spiritually, no more material demands. So, Srila Prabhupada is giving a very good example here of keeping the iron rod in the fire. So, when an iron rod is continuously kept in the fire, and the fire, the quality of fire is that it is continuously burning, then the rod, after some time, will catch all the qualities of fire. You take out that rod, when it becomes red hot, take out that rod and touch it anywhere, it will burn anything. Meaning the rod has acquired all the qualities of the fire itself. Similarly, when we keep ourselves in Krishna consciousness, when we keep ourselves always in the fire of Krishna's holy name, which is Nama Chintamani Krishna Chaitanya Rasa Vigraha Purna Shuddho Nitya Mukto Abhinnatvam Nama Naminaha. That name of Krishna, which is Purna Shuddha, and the goal of our life is to purify our existence. And if we want to purify our existence, we have to associate, we have to keep ourselves in the Shuddha Nama. So when we associate with Krishna through his name, his Shuddha Nama, which is Chintamani, which is Chaitanya, which is Rasa Vigraha, which is non-different from Krishna, Abhinnatvam Nama Naminaha. What happens to us is we also become purified. We also become spiritualized. So if you keep yourself in Krishna consciousness, then you will become spiritualized. Being spiritualized means getting rid of all the material contamination. Being spiritualized means getting cleansed inside out. You will act spiritually, no more material demand. Bob, how do I do this? This process, they are doing it. They have seen these boys, you have seen these boys, are 6 boys who have been initiated today. It is very simple. You have to follow the 4 restrictive regulative principles and chant these beads. What are the 4 regulative principles? No meat eating. The first regulative principle, no meat eating. No gambling. Meat eating includes not even eating fish or egg. That is no meat eating. No gambling, no intoxication of any kind, and no illicit connection with Bob. Well, but see, what I am when I am back in Bihar and following my lifestyle there, if I follow all these regulative principles, some I follow now, but not all, Srila Prabhupada. Some means Bob, some Srila Prabhupada. There are only 4 regulative principles. Some means 3 or 2, Bob, 2 or 3, Srila Prabhupada. So why not the other one, Bob? No, I mean I follow 1 or 2, 1 or 2 I follow now. Srila Prabhupada laughs. Why not the other 3? What is the difficulty? Which one do you follow, Bob? Which one do I follow? Well, I'm almost vegetarian, but I eat eggs. Srila Prabhupada. Then that is also not complete. Bob. No, not even complete. Since last time, November, I have become vegetarian. But, Srila Prabhupada, vegetarian is no qualification. Bob, not much. Srila Prabhupada. The pigeon is vegetarian. The monkey is vegetarian. The most rubbish creature. Bob. Well, Srila Prabhupada. The monkey is vegetarian. This naked sannyasi lives in the forest, the most mischievous. Bob, I felt that it was a little bit of progress because it was somewhat difficult at first, then easy, and I had returned to Prabhupada. No, you can stick to all the regulative principles, provided you take to Krishna consciousness process. Otherwise, it is not possible. Yes, this is it. I have. When I am back in Bihar and my friends may say, we are sitting in the evening and there is nothing to do but fight mosquitoes. And they say, how about smoking some marijuana? I say, sure, there is nothing else to do. And then I sit down and I enjoy myself for the evening. Now we did this. We got carried away. We were doing it every day and realizing we were hurting ourselves and stopped. But still, on occasion, we, Prabhupada, you have to live with us. Then your friends will not ask you, what about marijuana? Bob laughs. Keep the association of devotees. We are opening centers to give people a chance to associate with us. Why have we taken so much land in Mayapur? Those who are seriously desirous, they will come and live with us. Association is very influential. If you associate with the drunkards, you become a drunkard. If you associate with sadhus, then you will become sadhu. Ramasundara. He can come and stay with you. He can come and stay with you in Bombay. Prabhupada, yes, you can stay with us in Bombay, but he wants friends and marijuana. That is the difficulty. Bob, let me ask you about something else. Then maybe I will come back to this. I find that I think of myself too much, and this way I can't think of God so much. I think of myself in too many places. How can I forget about myself so I can concentrate on other important things, Srila Prabhupada, as they have done, as the other devotees Prabhupada pointing to, as the other devotees have done. Bob laughs. You are saying to me that my path, I think what you are saying is that my path to purity is to become a devotee. Srila Prabhupada. Do you hesitate? Bob. Well, Srila Prabhupada. Is it very difficult to become a devotee? Bob. For myself, it is. I don't feel so much the desire. First, the devotees tell me that they have given up material life. These four regulative principles they have explained to me mean giving up material life, and that I see, and in place of this they have Srila Prabhupada. What do you mean by material life? Bob is silent. I am sitting on this bed. Is it material or spiritual? Bob, material. Srila Prabhupada. Then how have we given up material life? Bob, I think how I interpreted it was a desire for our material gains. Srila Prabhupada. What is material? Bob, working towards material gains and not giving up all materials. Srila Prabhupada. Material life means when you desire to gratify your senses, that is material life. And when you desire to serve God, that is spiritual life. That is the difference between material life and spiritual life. Now we are trying to serve our senses. But instead of serving the senses, when we serve God, that is spiritual life. What is the difference between our activities and others' activities? We are using everything: table, chair, bed, tape recorder, typewriter. So what is the difference? The difference is that we are using everything for Krishna. So this is the difference between kama and prema. Kama means all our endeavors to satisfy our own senses. That is called as kama. Prema means when we try to satisfy the senses of Krishna. That is prema. Krishnera indriya tripti vancha taranam prema. Atmendriya tripti vancha dhare kamanam. So when we try to satisfy our senses, that is called as kam. When we are trying to satisfy the senses of Krishna, that is called as prema. Wow. The devotees have said that the sensual pleasures they have given up are replaced with spiritual kind of pleasures. But see, I haven't felt this. Srila Prabhupada, spiritual pleasures come when you desire to please Krishna. That is spiritual pleasure. For example, a mother is more pleased by feeding her son. She is not eating, but when she sees that her son is eating very nicely, then she becomes pleased. Wow. Spiritual pleasure then is pleasing God. Srila Prabhupada, spiritual pleasure means the pleasure of Krishna. Wow, pleasing Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, yes. Material pleasure means pleasure of the senses. That's all. That is the difference. When you simply try to please Krishna, that is spiritual pleasure. Bob, I had viewed this as my thought of pleasing God was to Srila Prabhupada. Don't manufacture your ways of pleasing God. Don't manufacture. Suppose I want to please you, then I shall ask you, how can I serve you? Right? Not that I manufacture some service. That is not pleasing. Suppose I want a glass of water. If you concoct the idea, Swamiji will be more pleased if I give him a glass of milk, hot milk, that will not please me. If you want to please me, then you should ask me, how can I please you? And if you do what I order, that will please me. Just like suppose in the hot summer, some guest come at your house, right? And you made that guest sit, and you ask, then the guest says, please get me, cold water to drink, because I'm coming from hot sun. And you think that, no, giving only cold water may not be good. Let me give him hot milk. He actually already is suffering the heat coming from outside, hot sun. And he wants water, normal, simple water, and you offer him hot milk. what will be the situation? Will that person be pleased? No, not at all. So if you want to please God, you should ask God, you should know from God what pleases God. And Krishna has given in detail what all pleases him in Bhagavad Gita. He has given what all we can offer to him so that he will be pleased. He has given how if we offer our mind to him, he will be pleased. He has given how if we surrender unto him completely, he will be pleased. He has given, he has told in the Gita, how if we offer everything to him, he will be pleased. One place Krishna says, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti uparhitam ashnami, I eat. Patram pushpam phalam toyam, I eat if you offer it with devotion. Another place Krishna says, Yat karosi, yad ashnasi, yad juhosi, dadasi, yat tapasyasi kaunteya, tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you eat, whatever you give away in charity, yat karoshi, yad ashnasi, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you give in charity, whatever tapasya you perform, do it as a sacrifice unto me. Do it as an offering unto me. The place Krishna says, Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Always think of me, Manmana. Become my devotee. Offer your obeisances unto me. Manmana bhavamad bhakto madhyaji. Worship me. If you do this, then you will definitely come to me. Ame vaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyosi me. You will definitely come. And next Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Abandon all varieties of religion and surrender unto me alone. I will free you from all sinful reactions. So Krishna has given what is his desire. Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita what does he want. Krishna has given in Bhagavad Gita what pleases him the most. Right? Nachatasman manushcheshu kaschin me priyakrittamaha. That devotee who describes, who explains, who discusses this conversation, this sacred conversation between Krishna and Arjuna with other devotees, that devotee is very dear to me. Nobody will become more dear to me than that devotee. And in 12th chapter also Krishna says, so many qualities of devotees. These are the qualities which I appreciate, which I love to see in my devotees. Right? So Krishna has given what he wants, what pleases him the most. If we try to follow all this, what I have spoken are the small few things. Krishna in fact speaks much more than what is discussed now. So we should not manufacture. Many times people do that, right? They take the deity of Krishna, go around the world, wherever they go, they will go. They will not wash their hands properly after eating, and with the same hands they will carry the deity, right? So many concocted things which are not given in the Shastras, which are not told by the Supreme Lord, right? So we should not manufacture our own ways of pleasing God, right? Because we are not on the pure spiritual platform. If we are pure devotees, then it's a different thing. Because Krishna is obliged to respond to his pure devotees. But not to us who are impure, who are after lust, anger, greed, right? So if you want to please me, then you should ask me, how can I please you? And if you do what I order, that will please me. Bob. And pleasing Krishna then is being a devotee of Krishna. Srila Prabhupada, a devotee is one who always pleasing Krishna, one who is always pleasing Krishna. He has no other business. That is a devotee. Bob, Can you tell me some more about chanting Hare Krishna? I have for quite some time chanted, but never regularly, just a little bit here and there. I just got beads very recently, and once in a while I feel comfortable chanting, and once in a while not comfortable at all. Maybe I don't chant properly, I don't know. Srila Prabhupada, yes, everything has a process. You have to adopt the process. Bob, the devotees tell me of the ecstasy they feel when chanting. Srila Prabhupada, yes, the more you become purified, the more you will feel ecstasy. This chanting process is the purifying process. So here we end the 5th chapter. We'll continue with the 6th chapter in the next reading session. Till then, thank you all for joining this session. Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.